Hello. Hello, old friend of my webcam on my computer. I would have done this on my phone, like I have been doing with some of my more personal vlogs, which you can check out on Patreon. But I'm gonna try to do occasional other vlogs that have to do with like the industry that are less personal, like old times, but I will try my best not to use this camera, but for convenience, I want to use my crappy little webcam that came with my laptop for this little rant, because my normal camera that I normally use, my handy cam, the battery's dead and I need to charge it because I recorded an event for family and like 2 videos that I'll be posting on the channel, and I just don't feel like using my phone for this because I feel like it's gonna be a little long and I don't want to like hold my phone. But I do want to make it quick because I want to continue eating my dinner and I want to watch Veronica before I'm too sleepy to read subtitles. Today I was in the process of getting tickets for the Got7, I think it's called Eyes on You, tour for Houston, and I was excited to hear that they were coming back to Houston. I think the first time, I don't know if it was actually a tour or a fan meet or something. I think it was a fan meet. But I just kind of, when it comes to K-pop lives, I just kind of accept that I'm not going to see them because a lot of the time they don't come near me. The closest to near me they go is Dallas, and that's just a really long trip for me. And I wish more K-pop artists do, Houston and Dallas instead of just Dallas, because because Texas is super huge. But anyway, I was happy to hear that they were, like I said, coming back to Houston, and that like the news was so far in advance from when the tickets were going on sale, because a lot of the time these K-pop groups or the people that bring them, they're like, hey, so we're bringing this such and such K-pop group, and you have maybe 2 weeks or so for you to quickly gather your travel plans and your money to buy these expensive tickets because they're going on sale like in 2 weeks or so. And I think that's just super unreasonable. And I think I started writing a post that I wanted to put up about my complaints about these K-pop lives. I don't know if I actually did. I don't think I did. I think I just wrote it. But I think they should give us far enough advance for people to plan ahead with their travels and hotel and how much the tickets cost, because they're always like really expensive. Like your cheapest ticket, usually your P5 or your P6 or whatever, is usually, I don't know, about $70, $60, $70, something like that. And then your most expensive ticket is going to be like 200 something bucks, which I don't see how anyone can afford, especially when your demographic is like, you're like mid-teenagers, like, I don't know, your 16, 17-year-olds all the way to like your, early 20s, and a lot of them are in school, or they have part-time jobs, or they have jobs that don't really pay a lot, or they're just not, going, like, making, like, money because they go to school full-time. And I was fortunate enough to figure out a way to go see VIX, and I wasn't working and I was in school, but I complained so much about how much it was, because I paid more for my VIX ticket than my Duran Gray VIP ticket, which is ridiculous. And it was not the most expensive ticket either for VIX. I did not like pay for the whole high touch whatever nonsense that they offered when Vix was here. I just wanted to see them, and it was, like you said, more than the cost of my During Great VIP ticket, which I was able to get an autograph poster, and I think I got a CD and a picture, and I got to like talk to them and stuff. Like, that just doesn't make sense. Like, when I buy tickets, if I'm gonna go all out, like, what I'm receiving back for what I'm paying should equal the amount that I'm paying. And if I'm paying, I think the P1 tickets were like $240 or more, and you would just get, I guess, really close up. I'm not even sure because they weren't even available while I was buying these tickets, which I will get into, but all you get is a high touch. And if you don't know what high touches are, it's just a high five. It's just a fancy way to say a high five, and I am not about that life. If I'm gonna pay $200 something, I better get some cool ass swag out of this concert, and I want a handshake or something to be able to talk to them for like 30 seconds or something to say, Jackson, you all that. I don't know, but I never aim for P1. I usually aim for the lower tier, and last year I was fortunate enough to see SHINee before the unfortunate happened with Jonghyun, but it was a bit of a headache, a little bit, but I was able to get the seats that I wanted for that show, and my friends liked the seats that I picked, which was the King's Row. It was I didn't want to be close, I didn't want to be with all the young crowd. They were screaming so loud, like you needed earplugs for the fans, and I think Angeline put hers in just for the fans screaming before the show even started. But that seat was just fine. So what I was aiming for this concert, for the three of us, I have yet to put the video up for SHINee, and I will talk about it later when I do a live report with them. I'm going in order of when they come out. I might jump out of order for giveaway stuff, but I was aiming for the P4 and P5 tickets, which were the two as lowest tickets. The P5 was about $89, and the P4 was about $89 or so, and the P5 was about $60. I'm just kind of rounding up. I knew it would be like a little bit more when you add like service fees and taxes and all that nonsense. But I was aiming for the two lowest ones. I did not care about the high touch and being really close to the boys. I just wanted to be able to say that I was there, I experienced it, and I had a lot of fun. So, today, at 12 o'clock, I was at work, and I was just, when I came into work, I was like, okay, 12 o'clock, I need to be on Ticketmaster at 12 o'clock, and I've bought tickets online for years and years and years. Last year was a little stressful for a couple shows. I think SHINee was a bit stressful, but I got the seats that I wanted. There was a whole lot of shenanigans of it wanting to like split my group up into different seats, and I was just like, no, I know you have 3 seats together. You have to have 3 seats together. The second one was when I went to go see Lady Gaga, and I just needed 2 tickets for it, and I was just like, you know what, whichever tab loads first, those are the tickets I'm gonna get, because I was like, really, I wouldn't mind taking the lowest VIP, because I think there was about 5 different VIP options, or just this other one below the non-VIP, which I didn't mind. So I'll tell you the details of that later in its own Kion report. So anyway, so I was hoping maybe, okay, so maybe this is, I'm just gonna have a little bit of a hard time. I just have to like keep loading. And every time, the first time I had one browser open, I logged in my account to make things a little faster, and I had the options for the 2 spots I want, 2 prices that I wanted, and it was loading, it took forever. So I just decided, oh, okay, you know what? Instead of listening to Got7 while I'm waiting for this load taking forever, I'm just going to close this tab and I'm just going to keep watching Utapri 4. Because yes, I'm watching Utano Prinsama 4. I am watching some other stuff too, but I digress. So I was like, you know what, let me pass the time and just not stress about it. I'm just going to watch Utapri for a bit, and I'll just keep checking back in between lines of dialogue to see where the loading is at. I tried to open a different browser, because it said not to open a new tab in that browser, so I just decided to open a different browser. So I have Firefox going with it loading up tickets while I'm watching Utapri, and Google Chrome going on the bottom of the screen while I try to load up tickets, and it kept giving me this error of you need to use a different device to look at your tickets. So I just closed it and I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to be patient and wait for it to say. And I got nothing. So I was like, maybe I have too many options. What if I just pick one? So I just picked the 89. I was like, okay, let's see what it gives me. And it just kept giving me this, like, there's nothing. I tried it twice. So I'm like, you know, let's just go down to just the 59. Whatever, I don't care. As long as I'm there, that's fine. As long as me and my two friends can be together, 59 is fine. We can say we were there and we enjoyed ourselves. And I got the same results of nothing. So a whole hour has passed. And I will preface that I jumped on Ticketmaster about 5 or 6 minutes before the actual sales were going on, and I'm pretty sure everybody else did the same thing, because a lot of people in the event for Houston on Facebook were like bugging Subculture to post the seating charts that they promised that they were going to be putting up like a week before, I think, or at least a few days before the actual ticket sales. And I'm still really happy that they gave us the chance to like save up for travel and whatnot, because they announced it sometime at the beginning of the year. And I remember last month they were like, the tickets will go on sale for April, and I was like, okay, good, because the show's in July, and it's not like one of those like we're gonna like put the ticket sales like at the end of June, and like that's when they announced it or anything. So I was happy about that. That is a huge improvement, and I want other companies to follow suit, because that makes it really convenient for everybody else who likes K-pop. But I wish they kind of followed through with the seating charts for the sake of everybody else who wanted to like look at how the map looked and stuff, so they can figure out where they want to sit and how much they want to pay and whatnot. But anyway, so back to when I was buying tickets and I had no luck. So my hour passed for my desk time, and so I switched places with whoever was taking over, and I went back downstairs and I went to my desk and I opened Ticketmaster again, and because I didn't know if I still had it open or not on my computer, and I didn't. So I was like, okay, well, that's not what was slowing it down. It just must be traffic. So I jumped on Ticketmaster and I tried to look, and I kept looking and loading and loading. So the only options I had was we could all go, but we couldn't sit together. There were only a spot here, a spot there, and a spot here. One was the $80-something, the other one was the $50-something, and the other one was like $133 or something like that. Which would not do, because it's not fun to sit away from your friends at a concert, because, I mean, sure, I had fun at BAP, which I will talk about later, but it would have been more fun if I got to sit with my friend together at the BAP concert, and not me sitting with some strangers, even though the strangers were pretty nice. But apparently my friend where she was at, her strangers were not very nice. So well, anyway, also then my other option is, if I did want those 3 seats together according to Ticketmaster, I would have to pay, I think it was like $139, like $140 rounded up. And that's not for 3 seats, that's for each seat. I would have to pay $130-something for each seat, which is not within my budget. Plus, it's way more than what I have in my account. But, mostly is not within my budget. I did not want to pay that much for one seat that is somewhere up in some balcony or whatever. I might as well go get all the perks of VIP or whatever. And I think those 3 seats were actually like the handicap accessible seats, which doesn't make sense. I don't even know. I didn't even see where they were, so I just kind of gave up. And I was just curious what the group was saying, what people were saying in the event on Facebook, so I checked that out. And normally I don't sign into Facebook at work, but sometimes I need to for stuff like this or to gather important information, but I do not like signing into Facebook at work. But I was curious, and apparently there are a whole lot of posts and people looking for seats. People asking, does anyone have P1 tickets, P5 tickets, P4 tickets? I need 2 tickets here, 2 tickets there. My friend is sitting here and I'm sitting here. Does anyone have the one next to here? It's a mess. And when I got home, after I ate my first plate, I looked again and I see that post that Subculture put, like, hey, tickets are on sale, and all I see is this flood of posts of people saying that they're looking for tickets and stuff, and I really think that the show sold out. Either it's sold out or somebody bought a bulk of tickets and they're trying to sell them for like a ridiculous amount of money. So rewinding back to me at work, so I amused myself and I was just like, you know what? I totally forgot that Monster X is going to be in my area too, in Sugarland. And I totally forgot about that. Another friend is already going to the show. She's not going to that one. I think she's going to the one in Dallas. I'm not sure. But it would make sense for her to go to Dallas. It's a lot closer. So I think weeks ago, whatever, I just kind of like looked up and I think I saw some seats. I'm not sure. I cannot confirm. I didn't really like look at it. I just was curious, like, oh, okay, that is a thing. There are going to be in Sugarland. That's cool. Then I kind of contemplated for a short amount of time, like, maybe I should go to Monster X and Got7. And Angelina was like, you know, maybe we could do that. I don't know. I didn't really look too deeply into it. So today, after I just kind of accepted that I wouldn't go see Got7, I decided to look up Monster X tickets, because I like them too. I need to get into them a little more, but I'm guessing the tickets that they're selling on Ticketmaster are resale tickets, because they are ridiculously high, and I'm pretty sure they would never sell their tickets this high, because Monster X hasn't been around that long and they don't really deserve their tickets to be that expensive. No shade toward them, because they are a very talented group of young men and they deserve everything they've been getting, the praise, the awards, everything like that. But so 2 of the tickets were in the $300 range, one higher than the other. I think it was like $316 and the other was like $333 or something like that. And then the last one, the most expensive one that someone was selling, $800. I'm guessing that was for like one ticket, and I would not be surprised if it was for one ticket, because some people think that K-pop fans are insane and crazy, and they will pay any kind of money to see the oppas and what. So, the oppas. So, I'm not that crazy about Monster X. I would not pay $300 some, and I definitely would not pay $800 some. So, yeah, I think those are resale prices. But anyway, I am still a little disappointed that I won't be seeing Got7, and I hope that they either decide to add another Houston date or, come back and visit us, because I would love to see Got7, because they're pretty awesome and talented, and even though I've accepted that I will always miss my favorite K-pop groups, BTS, Rain, all of them, I won't see the amount of K-pop groups that I have seen of J-rock groups, or even seen Korean rappers. I've kind of accepted that, but it's still kind of disheartening because I would love to see them. I just don't want to travel to Dallas, and I don't want to go out of state. They just need to realize that, first of all, to announce their stuff way before they put their ticket sales and stuff, like they did with the Got7, and to realize that the US is huge and they need to cover key areas and put 2 dates in Texas, because Texas is huge. But for all of those who were lucky to get Got7 tickets, I hope you really enjoy the show, because what I ended up doing was buy photo op stuff for Texas Frightmare Weekend, so at least I have that. And I have baby metal, so I am okay with this. So, have fun, Got7 fans. I totally forgot what your fan club name is. I think I knew at some point, but right now it does not come to mind right now, and I really don't care. I'm gonna continue to eat my food, and I think I'm gonna watch Veronica before I'm too sleepy to read subtitles. So, everybody, enjoy your weekend, and have fun, Got7 fans, at the concert for me.